how is everybody doing? Sorry, I got distracted by Kona because she smelled where I've hid her treats for the office treats thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Breaking the Block, where writers help writers, and we try to go over a couple of topics that affect authors and indie authors as well. So I am going to let my co-hosts introduce themselves. Rach, you want to go first, or Maggie?
Call me Rach. I'm Rachel D. Adams. I co-author with Don McClellan, who is probably in the chat by now, and we write urban fantasy, paranormal romance in a specific world with Dragon Shifter, who is working for the very organization that's out to kill him. We are besties from years. We've been writing for years, and we just started publishing in 2022. And also, I try to do as much uplifting of other creatives as possible, and this is part of that.
Hello, lovelies. Mama Maggie Ward here, independent author, stroke survivor, migraine overcomer. I've read the Dragon Tasker series. Must read. I've also read Capture the Empress and No Hero. Definitely must reads by Sam. And I also have books. This is half of my books. Yeah. I'm trying to get the beta feedback on Were Cow and Wolf, because I'm thinking I want to publish that one in October.
Ooh.
So yeah, but nah. Yeah, I'm gonna hit 40 books this year. I'm also the host of the All the Words August Challenge, which is a routine building challenge with 3 word count tiers, 18,000, 48,000, and 80,000, and 3 day plans, which is day plans are how many days a month do you write? Are you the every day a month writer, which is 31 days? Are you the 5 day a week writer, which is 21 days, or are you the weekender writer or weekend equivalent, 2 days a week, which works out to 10 days in a 31-day month? So yes, we are all about building the routines. It's not about it's the word counts are the soft goal. It's the routine that is the hard goal. We want you to have a writing routine because 2025 has kicked us all in the teeth. And we're done. We're all done with it.
Definitely. I was done with 2025 in like March.
I was done with 2025 in February.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I was like, what do you mean it's only February 10th? It feels like day number 709.
Yeah, I mean, it's like in January, I was like, oh well, January's going to suck. But then when it got to February, and I was like, okay, wait, nothing's changing. What's going on?
And then April hit and the suck got worse.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like,
definitely.
And then the summer came and it was like, yes.
All the flails, all the dumpster fires,
all the flailing and the chewing and the pulling of the hair. And the ladybug.
And the lady. Oh. All right. So, if you have any questions whatsoever for us, then drop it in the chat. You can put a Q at the beginning so it's easier for us to catch, but it's not really that important.
And Rachel had some good questions that she was dropping in the Instagram group. I found an interesting thing that where it was going on in July, it went real under the radar. How do human authors compete against the mass-produced content farm? And this was brought about because on July 15th, YouTube very quietly did this like adjustment. We're going to call it an adjustment because it was not a change. Yep. The mass-produced AI content videos, story videos, were given a smack. They were told that they cannot just bot farm these things, and they have to actually put some effort into it. And they actually were going to start putting effort in it. One of the enforcement things is because they have an AI looking for the AI story farms. Is the voice has to change, and the images have to move or switch every 10 seconds. So, like for my writer reading videos, where I will have the same image for like 90 seconds, I have to specifically put not AI on my podcast videos. This is going to affect podcasters because usually it's a blank screen with just an image in the middle for the whole podcast.
Yeah.
They're going to have to start putting not AI tags. Go back. All these podcasters are going to have to go back and do this because these mono image, stable images that do not change are going to get caught by the YouTube AI search bot looking for the AI bot video farms. The thing is, though, here's the thing is because I've been monitoring these AI story channels out of China, out of Vietnam, out of the Philippines, there has been an uptick of these channels, actually an increase of these channels since the July 15th adjustment of this policy when they said they were going to start, originally there was this thing that anybody that uses AI content is going to be banned from YouTube. And that was what the dramatic media news reporter channel things were doing to try to get some buzz around this. And YouTube was it was all over Twitter and Blue Sky and Instagram and Facebook. And YouTube was all coming out on all of these things and saying, that's not what's happening. These are existing rules about bot farm content. And you can't just no effort your YouTube channel. We require you to put in some work. And of course, it's probably taken them like 3 to 6 months or 3 weeks to 6 weeks to program around this to do this now. So now here we are. And it's actually led to an increase in the bot story channels.
Yeah, and they're in every facet of YouTube
And
too.
and a lot of these channels have now in the last year have begun going to Reddit and literally stealing Reddit stories, changing the names or something in them. Mm-hmm. Like they'll change one aspect of them and then robot voice will read. There'll be an image in the background, maybe an image of a person in the foreground, a stripe across the center, and it'll just robot read and post the text. And so now the videos are a little fancier. The images jump around. They change more rapidly. And sometimes the voice will change like it for one person's dialogue, or the voice actually will just change mid-video. Yeah. It'll just be a totally different voice. And there went from being a few dozen of these channels when I started looking at them last winter to now there are a few thousand of these channels. And literally they recycle content. Like you'll see a video on one channel and literally a week later it'll be on another channel, and a week later it'll be on another channel. And sometimes they change the names. Sometimes they don't even do that. Sometimes they don't even make a new video. Sometimes it is the exact same video, but they'll splice a different story onto the end or beginning of it. So then you'll have two stories in one video. And that makes it a new video, and it's recycled content.
There are studios that they do this. That's their job.
Well, the link that I sent you about that money making, I'm not gonna finish the name of his channel, but he teaches that. He has classes teaching how to make money on YouTube by getting monetized and running these robot channels, which is very bad for indie authors because we cannot compete we can't do 8 uploads a day.
No.
For my writer reading podcast, it takes me 3 days per video because I have to read it. I have to read it out in my own voice. I have to do the editing. I have to do the video splicing, and I have to make the video. So it takes me 2 or 3 days for every single one.
I don't know, Cat Paw. I don't know that they're, I mean, some of the ones that I've seen, I question whether it's been scraped. It's actually like, you know, you've got employees that go and they pick these stories and then they process them. But then what happens is they, the ones that I've seen, and it can be true crime, it can be books, it can be reactions to different scenarios, it can be even cooking stuff, like, you know, how hack channels, same thing. And what they're doing is they're going against the YouTube's rules, and YouTube isn't doing anything about it because they're making money off of it. So you see that, like, they're taking what's on the Reddit that's under a specific topic, and they're making a bunch of mini videos, and then they're taking those mini videos and they're putting them, like, maybe in or at least the ones I've seen, been like maybe 1 to 4 episodes inside of a video, and then they'll put that up there under channel A's name, and then they'll reprocess it like Mama Maggie says, and they'll just all they'll do is they'll just change the order of the videos, and they'll put it under another channel over here and another channel over there. And so, yeah, you're talking competing with multiple channels, competing with AI, competing with I mean, it's just a lot.
Yeah, it's see, I follow like the story channels and the reaction channels, and that's the thing they're going out. The
you have to be able to make a change.
You have to make, what they're doing is they're looking at it in perspective of the content laws. Like, have you made a significant enough change to the original subject matter? Like, you know, the videos where somebody's commentating and then there's another side video and someone's just laughing and they spend the whole 30 or 90 seconds laughing hysterically or going, you know, those videos. Yeah, those channels that they're on TikTok and Instagram and they get leaked onto Facebook. Those channels aren't going to be able to go on YouTube because they are not making a significant enough change. Now, the channels where they have a voiceover and they're putting text on it and it's got like a thing above and below it, and you know, they're do what's called framing, which is those channels are enough to make it fair use because they have made a significant change. They have put the effort in. And that's like, I posted one of the videos that I shared. Let me grab the other one. It's about, and honestly, I think this second video is actually the better video because he's one of these who sells people doing automated channel stuff, but now he's saying that, you know, you're going to actually have to put some work into your automated channel because this is what YouTube is. They don't want all this clone stuff cluttering up YouTube. And they're going after
creators for a reason. You're supposed to create something.
And the way this affects AuthorTube is the podcast videos, single image podcast videos, is we're going to have to prove that we're voicing them and not AI voicing them, which you can go to, 11 Voice and have your own voice made into an AI reader voice. And it's, you know, it sounds really simple, but it's not. It takes like a couple of weeks to get the voice tweaked where it actually sounds like you. But these AuthorTube and the podcast videos, we're now going to have to start using the not AI tags on all of our podcast, on our writing sprint videos, especially people like Self-Pub with Andy, who uses an avatar for his writing videos and stuff.
Yeah.
That's right off the bat. He might end up being one of these people defending himself from the mass-produced bot farms because they're like, this is a no-effort video. You're just taking up 4 hours of YouTube time to run timers. And so how they enforce this, where they enforce this, just know that they've started doing it. But this change that they're supposed to be making, those of us that are watching it, we're seeing the opposite happen. Instead of cutting down on videos from the mass-produced bot farms in Vietnam and the Philippines, they're actually the videos are becoming more complicated. It's the same videos. They're just becoming more complicated. And
yeah, because these ones that I've seen, like I said, I when we were talking in chat, I was highlighting a specific, and I'll try to find her. But she debunks stuff like they'll put out, but it's specific to cooking or crafts is the ones that she goes after. But but here we are, we're just one person in front of a camera trying to do something on our channel. These are entire studios of people because they realize that they can make tons of money by just throwing as much out there, much content as possible out there. And it's where she was talking about some of the hacks that some of these like Tasty and some of the other ones put out there will be dangerous. Like they don't research, they're just like, oh, here, because they're not actually doing them. They're actually making it look like they've done something, but they've not done anything. And then when she tries to do it, she tries to recreate the hack. Sometimes it can be like she's destroyed microwaves. She's, you know, and she's like, can you imagine if a child saw this and decided to try this hack and caught the house on fire or something, you know? So yeah, it's like they have entire studios of people that do these things. So that's what a lot of independents are up against, and even just regular YouTube creators. If it's one person doing the filming, the editing, and all that kind of stuff versus a whole studio.
Yeah. WCT Creatives, it's 11 Labs voices, 11 Labs that does they will help you make your own AI voice. But yeah, and the thing is they have multiple programmers working on this. They have they basically can create their own like server farms and stuff and crank out, like I said, a dozen videos a day or something. And you know, it takes us days to do a video.
Yeah.
And
it's the next business day or 5 business days later.
Yeah.
Unless you're like me and you're lazy and you don't edit. You just there it is.
I'm having a conflict. Shiley and Ladybug are both like, we require lap time. And Mama does not have enough lap for both of them. Okay, can you just sit in Lady, she's not in your space. Sorry.
All good.
I just had to sit mine out. She woke up, so James had to come in here and get her. She's like, Mom, it's time to go outside. Mom.
Hello. But the thing is as human authors, as indie authors trying to build our whole thing without the resources behind us, this affects the way that we do our podcasts, that we do our interview casts, that we do our help videos. And right now I'm not seeing they're supposed to be starting to enforce it. They were supposed to be starting to enforce it in July 15th and into August. We are now a month out. And instead of seeing a decrease of these mass production channels, these repeater channels, I'm seeing more than ever. I'm seeing more of them than ever. And of course, because I looked for them once, my feed is now spammed with them.
Yep.
Every new channel pop.
Forever have them. Let's see how to compete for podcast change to a video podcast format similar to how Breaking the Block is. Yeah. Andy, the thing about his is he does a lot of like slideshows and everything. So I think those will be fine for him. It's just the live streams that I'm, like Maggie said, I'm kind of worried about.
Like my writer reading videos where I have one image Like for the Huntsman or for the Ghost with Cats that I've read onto my channel, there's one image through the entire thing, and it's me reading it. I'm going to have to go back and tag, what was it? The Huntsman is like 35 episodes. Ghost with is like 33 or 4. I'm going to have to go back and tag all of those with not AI. So a lot of busy work coming up ahead.
Yeah. James says general content make it personal and human because the more they mass produce the content, the more valuable genuine content becomes. Exactly.
Yeah, but finding genuine content in the tsunami of AI content is going to be the battlefield. That
Cat Paul says that's something that bugs me too. Even with legit podcasts, there's a whole team behind them. I'm a one-person show with no budget. How can you compete? No reply needed. Well, yeah.
You just keep trying. You just keep doing it. You're gonna wind up with a niche audience. Is the way I look at it. It's like with newsletters. How do you compete with all these big, brand newsletters and things like that? Well, I'm still growing my newsletter bunch. I've got a bunch of fans that are they've stuck around. They're still here.
Your new newsletter looks amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I was really hoping that looked better than what I had to do with Substack. No beef to Substack, but yeah, that didn't look good to me. So
I need to update my Substack this month. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, me too. But to be fair, I really stuck myself into All the Words August. So I did warn people ahead of time that I might be slacking on everything else, at least till September. So,
right.
Yeah. I try to be optimistic about things like this because it's a double-edged sword. Like Maggie was illustrating, it's kind of like you want them to go after all of these things. And I do. I want them to go after these farms. But at the same time, how many are going to wind up with dings on their videos because people or the system, because they automate so much. And I just experienced it last week with a video. So I went ahead, instead of going through the process of making sure that I didn't get a copyright strike, I just went ahead and took the portions out that needed to be taken out, because it was one song, kid you not, one song, the whole video. They also have a thing in there where I just deleted the last one because it actually took part of the video off anyway. So I was like, I've got plenty of videos that are live streams. I'll just take this one down. But yeah, I see their systems working kind of like that, where they're going to go after some of the little guys too, because they don't see a difference. So, it's going to be rough, but the main thing is knowing what's happening, so that if it happens, then you can at least react to it.
Yeah. And you can do what I'm doing. Go and put the not AI hashtag on your playlist descriptions, on different things, because unfortunately we're in a place where it's not just putting in what something is on a tag, but what something isn't on a tag.
Not AI.
No.
I'd be like, if you've recreated this.
If I was AI, my editing would be going so much faster.
That's the reason I think that's the reason I gave up on it. I was like, oh, this is just taking too long. No. So if I do anything anymore, it's more like I'll do it live and then just leave it out there.
I just went back because I haven't made videos in a while. Last week or Wednesday, I posted a video, and that's the first video since April of last year, something like that. And I just got through looking through, and my December 15th video from last year has a copyright strike, and I'm like, when did that happen? So yeah,
I have some
what happened last week? Let me look.
they're not copyright strikes, but it's because the intro video I used this year, I used a Flelson, who is a no copyright music artist. You can use his music for free, but and usually I have a thing on all my videos that says intro outro music is this. So, but it'll say copyrighted and it'll say what it was. Music. So yeah.
Well, just a wording. And this happened too. Excuse me. This was Chill Hop Music. And they apologized, and sometimes you do have to go in the background. I was just lazy about it and just had it because it was just one song, and I was like, I'll just have that song muted. So what happens is that even with the people like Harris Heller and also with what did I say, Chill Hop, and now they're doing I don't know if you noticed, but the Spirit City is doing a transition right now, but where they're taking their music makers, and they no longer will be getting the music from their original music makers. They are going with Lo-Fi Girl. So these are music makers that if you use them, you're supposed to be able to stream them. And you just have to put in a little notification in your description for Chill Hop, or you have to, when it comes to the Spirit City, it's inside of a game. So you're supposed to be able to use that on a stream. And then Harris is the same way. You just have, he has a tag that you put in your stream, in your description. But from what how it was explained to me is that sometimes in the playlists that they have created, maybe one artist has taken that particular song and turned, like what we do with our writing stuff, they've turned it into another studio, and that studio says, oh yes, we want this, and they copyright it. And then the original artist who let him publish it didn't get back in touch with him. So they're the ones doing the strike. He didn't realize it. So he has to go back and go, oh, okay, this is okay. We're sorry, and do that.
Yeah.
Chill Hop is the same way. I got in touch with them because I was curious about it. I had never received a strike for their music because I always had the tag. And they said, oh, well, we'll take care of that. You don't have to worry about it. You just provide us with the track that they're claiming, and we will make sure that we take care of it. Oh, I'm sorry. And I'm getting my terms confused. I think it's a copyright claim because, instead of a strike would be bad. A copyright claim is that they're taking your ability to monetize because they want credit for it.
Yeah, that was my fault for calling it a strike. So
that's what I'm getting. It's claims. It's but I don't have the ability to monetize because I've only got like 300 followers.
Me either. So I'm just like, that doesn't bother me so much. But but I got in touch with them, and they said that if normally they would take care of it, they would just make sure that it was taken care of. When
the other day when I was playing and I had the autumn jazz thing in the background, one of the things you can do is change the speed. Like if it's slower or faster.
That might be.
It changes it. Like I used to listen to Big Rice Piano all the time, and it's slow, like freeform piano, and it's very soothing, but I like more upbeat, so I would increase the speed to 1.25, so it would be more upbeat music.
See, whenever you said that, I got to thinking about the like the clown car music and how it keeps getting faster and faster and faster, and I'm like, I can't ride to that. Yeah, giving us a show. But I like this. This is bound to happen at some point in time.
Oh my God, yes. I want to
All
see it
them
just to
feline
watch it.
overlords. The clingy feral queen demands all the love.
Yeah, she's like sitting up now, like, that's right.
She heard her name. She heard her name, and she's like, "Who has spoken my name?"
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, by the way, he and I know he posted it in there, but I was kind of proud of him because he's doing all the words August too. And usually he doesn't get involved in any of it, but I think I hooked him in.
There we go. That's good. Come to the dark side.
We have our one of my projects for this was book 5, and I've got book 5 separated into 6 sections because I gave you guys sections instead of a whole book to read. When it came to beta reading, section 1 is done, y'all.
Nice.
So very proud of that too. Sorry to change the subject, but I'm like, there's not much else we can do about it other than warn everybody.
Yeah. Be aware that this is coming, and if you get a strike, if you get a message, do not freak out.
Yeah, don't.
Because if you're not one of these bot farm mass content producers, you can reach back to YouTube and say, this is my channel, this is my thing, this is what we're doing, this is what I did, total human content. I made these AI images. I did the work that are in the background of my story. So yeah, come to the dark side. We get cookies and donuts.
Yeah, we got donuts too. Matter of fact.
Yeah.
Donuts
Thank you,
sound
Cat
good.
Paw. She thinks she is cute.
Is it just the speed, flipping the video, or adding transparency to the video to prevent YouTube from hitting it with a copyright claims or strikes? Yeah, that would be good. All right. Moving right along. Here we go.
I need more. I'm almost out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I took my last sip on that last one.
I had to give up on Sky and Stephanie this morning at 3 a.m.
Oh God.
I was supposed to pick up after Sky and Stephanie finished and do a stream, 5 a.m. Writers Club. I had no internet.
Oh no!
I had no internet until 8 a.m. I was grumpy mama.
Yeah. All right. So what do you do when you're into a story or novel and realize someone else has already written something very similar? This happened to me twice. Not one. Twice.
Happened to me. Write your own twist on it.
Yeah.
Your voice and their voice are different. You can always add something that their book does not have, take out something their story has, and make it your own. I hate to say this to everyone, but every bit of writing for the last 3,000 years, 2,500 years, is fan fiction. All of it. We are all writing fan fiction of fan fiction of fan fiction of ancient mythology.
Right?
Yeah.
Folklore, all of it.
Yeah. Coffee me.
I mean, and if you don't believe me, here's a perfect example. Noah's Ark is Star Trek Voyager.
I mean,
oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to rewatch Voyager now.
It's a bunch of people on a boat.
lost.
Yeah.
Lost. Robinson Crusoe is the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I never even thought about that. Yeah.
Only he's on an island instead of a boat, but that's just where he's stuck. Yeah.
3 chapters left to write, and I had edited as I went with it, but then I went to a bookstore and I picked up a book because it's like, ooh, this could be a comp book. I opened it up. This main character had the same name as my main character, and every single battle was about the same, just because it's Roman battle tactics.
Well, yeah.
It's the beats. It's always the beats.
Yeah.
There's a reason they're called beats, and it's because.
Yeah. So
And so it's like with mine, I've got a specific plotting method that I use to try and get ours in the same, like a similar plot line, or excuse me, similar beats. But they don't exactly mimic everybody else's beats. And but I think that our premise and our characters are a little bit, at least a little bit unique, enough that we can get away with whatever we're doing in our stories. But when it came to the one that I shelved, it was so. I came up with a character. Now, keep in mind, in the 90s, here I am. I've never read Laurel K. Hamilton, never. And we had a MSN group. I think it was, I can't remember the exact year, but it was a bunch of us that got together and we were writing. And they had decided it was called The Clandestine, and it was going to be about different shifters and stuff like that, and mythological creatures. And so I just came up with a character, and I didn't realize that character was so similar, and my style was so similar in writing to Laurel K. Hamilton until somebody mentioned it. So that's when I went and I was like, okay, well, let me get a couple of her books. And I was like, okay, yeah, well, I'm not going to publish that right now. So it would take a lot of changing. I do want to publish it at some point, but I consider it like one of my first jaunts into writing.
Yeah, like pretty much. You're reading my stuff right now. You're reading Relic of Time War. I am like, fuck those beats. I'm not going to use them, and I don't. I write it. I try to keep the flow of the story as organic as possible, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna. I've decided that I'm not gonna chase the beats. And if I lose a star on a review, I really don't care.
Right. Invasion was me twisting two of those characters out of their original form and into that story anyway. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to write the original story. Screw it. So yeah, that's the reason why I shelved that one, because I wasn't in love with it to begin with. It's fine. Yeah, we've all put a spin on it. Beauty and Beast is inspired by Eros and Psyche. Yes. Hey, Rita. Recently found a similar series as mine. It's also a different plot, so I'm happy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to look at it, Frankenstein, the modern Prometheus, is Isis and Osiris.
Yeah.
Because she sews him back together and imbues him with the energy of life.
I had forgotten about that, but yeah.
So yeah, everything old is new again.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, moral of the story: just go ahead and write it. Go ahead and publish it. It's fine.
Just change it your own voice.
Give us your own voice. And here's the thing is you know that someone wrote something for something else when that they were writing the millionaire bad boy story, but now it's millionaire bad boy alien shifters in space.
Yep.
So you can always add more frosting.
Give it your own flavor
and sprinkles.
Make sure they're multicolored sprinkles.
Or as one of the romance authors that I follow says, add tentacles. I was like, oh, okay.
We've all read hentai. We know where this story is going.
Yes.
All right. So next question. I kind of had to butcher this to get it on the same thing. So I'll read the original too, just so it's better. Do authors have unrealistic expectations of critique partners, beta readers, and or editors? What do you expect from them? How do you react to constructive criticism? And does anyone in the field of editing or critiquing feel like they are walking through a minefield when trying to do their job?
I just answer the questions and make comments. What I see, what I feel organically as a reader, my beta reading process is I listen through the story the first time, and then I do it again, and I make my notes, and then I go and I put my notes in on the third pass. I have very low expectations for my beta readers. I'm like, how does it feel to you? That's all. Were you entertained? That is like my only question. Is there a character you want to see more of, less of? Did I entertain you? Are you coming to my house with pitchforks? That's all I need to know. There are some people who I've beta read for that literally was they wanted a paragraph by paragraph comment.
Oh no.
I can't do that. I don't.
And I'm like, this is 135,000 words.
Speaking as a spoiled author, y'all don't ever have to do that.
I am perfect, and I'm perfectly happy to, like, if I notice repeater words in a sentence, because I got the neuro thing, I'll say, you repeated this word in back-to-back sentences or back-to-back paragraphs multiple times.
For collaborative writers, that happens a lot more too, because like she'll be writing a paragraph, I'll be writing a paragraph, she'll be writing a paragraph, and our brains won't even realize that we've repeated a certain phrase or word. So yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yeah. There are readers who have unrealistic expectations of critique partners, that they are looking for a line editor critique partner mix, and not just a beta reader. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is there are some out there that when you're beta reading for them, you really quickly pick up on whether or not they want you to love their story as much as you do, and God forbid you say anything negative. And those are people who are not ready for critique partners,
right?
Or beta readers at that point. If they are still so in love with their ugly child that you can't say, maybe you should comb its hair a little bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, we want you to love your stories, but understand that we might not love them the way you do. And everything we're telling you with concern and compassion and love. Now, are there betas and alphas and critique partners out there who like beating the F out of the people they're reading? Oh yeah. They power trip on what's called cruelty commenting. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want except murder. Yeah. Don't murder their love for their story. But yeah, yes, absolutely.
The only hang up that I have with beta readers or critique partners when I have them is if one of them tries to rewrite the story in like their style. That's the only thing I will have issues with. But other than that, I'm good. We're good.
Yeah, my thing is if I'm going to make suggestions, I just make sure that, and you can do this in either Word or Google Docs, is making sure that it's suggesting, or just not editing, like you don't change it, but you're suggesting it, because sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes I would say a goal like 70% of the time, what y'all suggest. As far as beta readers are concerned, what beta readers suggest to me is I'm like, oh, good. Oh, that's right. Or I didn't think about that. Okay, cool. But there's always there's always that 30% where you're just like, but that character would say that, or, but, and that's where it's your voice, and you don't want to lose your voice. You don't want to lose that character's voice and stuff. So, But yeah, this question was it's not a personal situation. It is a thing that I'm seeing on Facebook a lot lately, wherein either the critique person is really like what Mama Maggie said, kind of condescending when it comes to pointing out errors and stuff, or it's somebody who's not condescending at all, but the author is really upset because they didn't think it was perfect. So that there's two extremes there,
Yeah.
and we need to figure out the middle ground.
Yeah. It's it's a hard thing being a critique partner. I'm trying, and but give them the critique notes, but give them the love notes too. Don't just tell them what you hate, what you dislike, what you think needs changed. And I don't know, but maybe because I like ghostwrite and fanfic, I try to, if I am making suggestions, I try to put them in that author's voice.
Yeah.
Which is really weird sometimes when I'm reading Rachel and Dawn's stuff, because I'm like, okay, who's speaking? Which one of them wrote here? Okay, so this has to be in this voice. So yeah. And it's hard to tell because they write so similarly.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know which one wrote it. I'm like,
I don't even try anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
Just tell me what doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
We actually came across one last night where we were like, okay, whose point of view are we in? Whose head are we in right now? And I had to go back and reread it like twice and was like, oh, I know whose head we're in. Okay. So
and I feel this too. It'll come. It'll come. You and Cat Paw both. It'll come. I think we're pretty good with accepting critiques. Dawn says, when I had beta readers for the first time, I was beyond nervous, but they were filled with helpful suggestions. As for my CP, I'm pretty lucky, and they are helpful. Awesome having another reader. Yes, very much so. I feel like a child half the time whenever I'm like handing my stuff over for somebody else to read. Like, here, look at what I made. And then I get totally nervous. I'm like, oh, they're going to hate it. Why did I even give it to them? Oh my gosh.
I no longer even think or care about that, because this is a person who was told by an agent, you should quit writing. It's obvious you have brain damage.
I want to send them a laxative muffin or something. You got to give me their address.
I'm going to send them a glitter bomb.
Hey, as long as my daughter, brother, and godson are happy with the books, as long as my friend Glenn in Australia is happy, read it, don't read it, I don't care.
Yeah, I write for me anymore, so I still get nervous, but at the same time, I'm like, if they don't like it, they don't like it. This is for me anyway. All right, so this might be our last one unless we want to carry over a little bit. Do we have time, or we good?
I don't start my stream until 12:30, but you guys can continue on even if it goes beyond that. So I'll just exit stage left.
I still have to I can take one more question, but I'm gonna have to hop off for a minute because I gotta go turn off the sprinklers. So I'm gonna disappear for just a few minutes because it is now 80 degrees. It's not even 10 a.m. and I gotta go turn off the sprinklers or I'm gonna burn up my flowers. So pop up the next question. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yes, Rach insists that Dawn comes out of the shadows every once in a while.
Yep. It's all about, you've got to enjoy the darkness, and sometimes you have to enjoy the darkness with other dark dwellers.
Shiley Cam. If Shiley stays, she's like, Mom, wait, where, what?
Why are you leaving me with these people? All right. So, how do you recover if you lose a bunch of your work? Cry a lot, and then just do the best you can.
I think that's what we did.
Oh gosh.
We had a file corrupted. It was a lot of writing.
Oh no.
We have kind of replaced it over the years, and also luckily some of it had been passed back and forth on email, and so I was able to pull some from email. She was able to pull some from email, but yeah, the main file got corrupted. Can't open it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, crying was part of it.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. So so we had a discussion about RPGs and stuff like that, and I was going through my old insane journals and
Oh,
greatest
I
work.
remember that.
Yeah. So I started about to tear up because I realized how much I had written in those journals, and half of them are gone now. And I didn't back them up because I thought, I don't know. So yeah,
Back up everything. If
yeah,
there is so here's also when you're writing it, especially if you're writing it for a club or for an RPG or anything like that, you may not realize while you're doing it, or fan fiction, you may not realize while you're doing it just how important it might be later.
yeah.
So that's another thing. We still have our fan fiction site up. We
Yeah.
haven't done anything with it. Gosh, for what, Dawn, 4 years now? I know that Q started doing stuff with it, and then it fell off again. And what happens is, well, when it came to our group, and I'm sure other groups like it, you have a core set of moderators, right? And they are giving you the base story.
Yep.
And then everybody else is allowed to, and that's how I learned to write, goal posting, because we had a goal that we were going to get everybody to, but we would start them off and then let them do whatever they wanted to get to that goal. And it was fabulous. However, there came a time when we realized that if we didn't push them, they just stopped. And we didn't have time anymore.
I was kind of one of those moderators that fell off during like one or two of those games. So yeah, I get it. You kind of forget, or life happens.
So anyway, back the moral is, back it up. You never know when you're going to use it. Also, if you have just main writing stuff, back it up, back it up, back it up.
Yeah, I got a new terabyte drive just because my other one is so old. I'm just scared that it's going to corrupt. So I got me a new one, and it's so small. Look how tiny that thing
Look
is.
at that. So got
it's tiny. Yeah.
So it's.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
And I've got another one that's got a little leather case. That's all fancy. So yeah, I've got these, and I've also got an old WD that I use too. So it's like all of our writing at this point, because this is post corruption, is usually on like 3 different drives that I've got in different places, just in case. One of them is always with me, so that it's like, okay, this is in the bag that I know I'm going to grab if this place catches fire.
Yeah,
I'll be taking it with me.
Yeah, my other drive, the one that's kind of old, I put in my firebox with all my documents and everything. So I know at least that portion is safe. And I'll drag it out every now and then and put more on it.
And then I've got it on 2 clouds.
Yeah.
But back then, when we were writing, that didn't exist. That really, that wasn't an option. So
yeah. Yeah.
But even with the cloud, recently I've heard several people, at least the ones that write erotica, that have lost their accounts because it was reported that they're writing erotica.
Yeah.
And that's actually against a lot of terms of service when it comes to clouds.
Yeah. So mine, I have in Word document, PDF, Google Docs, and Atticus. So yeah, uploading everything to Atticus when I first bought it was interesting. Needless to say, I didn't realize how much time that would take.
Oof. Yeah,
Hyperventilate.
just going through it.
Need to download all those emails into a hard drive. Yeah, that's a lot. Rita says, I misplaced my entire book in my laptop. Oof. But I had a recent printout, and then I found it in the trash bin. Luckily, I never emptied it for months. That's
Oh,
good.
wow, that's close.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, Eva.
Catball says, got a computer genius who charged a fortune to pull that file folder from the corrupted hard drive where I could recover at least 2/3.
I'm glad you were able to recover some of it.
Yeah.
They wanted to be spoon-fed.
Yeah.
I was being kind. Don is like, no, pop.
Yeah. Why be kind? It's us. Catball says, I still have the backed up files from the sound work I did 10 plus years ago. Should really drop those and make space for me. Made it home in time today. Awesome. We're good. How about you?
Okay, what's the question?
How do you recover if you lose a bunch of your work?
Cry. Drink.
See, all of us had that answer.
Okay, no. So here's my nightmare story.
Learn a lesson.
My laptop literally went pop. Smoke came out of it, and it was dead. Now, I thought it was smart because I had a terabyte drive, and I was like, oh, but I have a backup. So I get on my terabyte drive, plug it into the desktop. The sector where I had been storing my work for the last 3.5 months was a bad sector.
Oh,
so the documents were there, but all the characters were X's. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. And now, this is why now I have SD card with backups. I have a terabyte drive with a backup. I have a Google Docs backup.
Yep.
And
multiple backups, y'all.
I Gmail my final Word document and final EPUB document to myself.
Yeah,
because
I'm doing that too.
I have 4 copies. I have 4 copy backups. And it actually, a few months ago when I was working on something, and I was like, where the hell is this scene? And I ended up going back and finding it. Because I hadn't opened this document since I originally wrote it. And then I did an edit, and there was this whole section that was missing. And because I don't replace the backups, I keep backups by month and year when I'm working on things. I ended up going back like 3.5 years to find this scene in a copy that I had edited. And somehow, between that copy and the next copy, this entire section had gotten edited. So, yeah. When they say, oh, you don't need to keep multiple backups, just save what you've got, don't do that.
Don't.
Yeah, no.
In this case, be paranoid.
Yeah. They're lying to you.
Because you can see what James just went through. He just went through that this year. That was another 2025 debacle that we had to deal with.
Oh, my God.
He was just really lucky that that WD drive I was talking about did have some stuff on it. But yeah, he lost a lot of stuff and we could not find it. We went through 3
4
of the
places.
yeah.
Keep things in 4 places. Everyone's like, oh, you just need a back. No. I had 2 backups. 2.
Yeah. Eva says start over, I guess, but I haven't had anything so close to done that starting over seemed like the wrong move. Starts everything over always. Backups for our backups, yes.
Backups for backups.
And don't forget, your writing isn't the only important thing. You paid for character art, you've paid for book covers, or you've taken your time and put into book covers. You know, don't just save off copies of your writing. Everything.
And an SD card, like I have SD cards for my cameras. An SD card is like $12.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To have all of your files on one SD card for one book or one series. that's the thing that you can stick into your go bag. So if you have to evacuate, you're not running around going, where's this thing? Where's that thing? Because that's the thing that gets people killed, is that panic run around gathering everything. But if you've got a little thing, a little like a toothbrush holder with your cards tucked in it, in your document go bag, you don't have to worry about, where did I put my terabyte drive? Do I have time to, most likely you would grab your laptop, but if there's not that time.
Yeah.
Desktop
is too heavy for me to grab. Period.
Yeah.
Let's see.
If we we're in an emergency and we would definitely be doing that though. Because all the other stuff that's on it.
Yeah. So my CPU is actually in a rolly cart, and I'm thinking we might be able to grab it now.
As expensive as computers are.
Yeah, the thing is my priority, like the hierarchy, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, my hierarchy of priorities for evacuation are pets, people. I know. No.
People should be smart enough to get out on their own. Okay, thanks.
People, documents, and maybe my coffee cup collection, but yeah. How long would it take me to pack my entire cabinet of coffee cups? But no, sadly, my hierarchy of needs is pets, people, property. And so, pets, people, paperwork, and then property. So yeah.
The SD card would get lost. I hate tech so much.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not just tech. So a tragedy for me was, like I've told people, and I've got it in my bio, that I've been writing since I was 11 years old. All of the stuff that I wrote from that age all the way up through, I would say, age 17 is gone. Because I had a parent that decided my writing was inappropriate and just burn it. Didn't find out about that until later. I don't think I've told many people that. I just told them that she got rid of it. But yeah, So paper gets destroyed too. In floods, in fires, in anything, or in somebody being a total turd and getting rid of stuff.
And now we've got, you can have everything on your OneDrive. But the thing with your OneDrive is it's constantly updating. So your OneDrive is only your most recent
Yeah.
document. So, and if you've got a trusted person, like I got TDM has copies of all the work. And then I have the digital copies in the Gmail and the Google Drive. And then I have the physical printed copies. Both
So
of
these
us
are
we have both sets. There's lots of way to store documents. And I mean, like you never know, like I'm on the prairie, so wildfires are a thing. And
oh, Eva, that sucks. Oh man.
rude.
That's so bad.
Yeah, mew mew mew. The kitties are they have got their food. They had their steamed chicken in their food this morning. The dogs had their breakfast. They had their boiled eggs. But they're all acting like they're starving, they're dying, they need attention. If they don't leave me alone, they're all getting baths today.
Oh, the B word.
I'll do it too. Yeah, but no, losing work is traumatic because there's a lot of people that say when you write it again, you'll write it better. But
if you can remember it.
If you can, that's my issue is if you can remember it. But it has been so hard sometimes to, like there were 2 series that I just put them aside. That was part of the reason that it took me so long to finish the Revelation Night series, is because I lost half of book 2 and all of book 3. And yeah,
we've eventually recovered. You know, we rewrote the stories because it happened to the Dragon Tasker series. So we rewrote everything. And then sometimes some of the stuff that we found later, now we have like 2 versions of it. So we have to decide which version we're going to use.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Becca and Cody, man. They've got like 4 stories. Four origin stories basically for this one couple. It's so because we wrote it and then we were like, oh no, we lost it, so we rewrote it, and then we were like, oh, we lost it again. It was in the corrupted files. We rewrote it again.
See, I have in Relic of Time Wars. I think I was working on battle what was originally Battle Zone. When I lost everything, and so there are like I have like 4 versions of certain events, and it's like literally I literally, because it's time travel and the timelines and stuff, I could literally write like a side book of 3 or 4 different daisies and events that are happening. You know, because I mean, what if Calith survived the Battle of Dauntless and Yuri died in his place? Yuri, because he shed innocent blood, he does not qualify to be a celestial warrior. And how would they win the war then?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've got AU versions of after I lost everything. I ended up with AU versions of everything.
So for this, try it. Try and go. You can always leave early if you need to. It's fine.
Yeah.
If it gets overwhelming.
Set a timer on your phone with the ringtone of a phone of a person so that it seems like someone's calling you.
Yeah. If you need an escape.
Yes.
And Eva says yes. Authors want best friends, favorite teachers, and #1 fans all in one for high expectations for beta readers and critique partners and stuff like that.
Here's the thing though, is if you only have yes men reading your book, when you release it out into the wild, it will be ugly.
Hmm.
And people will be not nice.
My thing is, I would rather somebody as a critique partner or a beta reader or a editor tell me the bad news before it gets published, because once it's published, you're going to get bad reader reviews if you haven't fixed whatever is wrong with it. So
use your beta readers and critique partners to grow that thick skin so that you can handle the bad reviews.
because bad reader reviews are not nice. Like, especially if it's on a Goodreads review, because some of those folks feel like they are the experts.
Oh,
Everything.
I don't even pay attention to my Goodreads page.
Yeah.
I don't, because I saw someone I saw a friend of mine, and her book was good, but she made an enemy, and this person got all of these other readers joined book club groups just to target her book. And the fact that all of these people dogpiled on a book they had never read based on one person's personal grudge. I'm like, yeah, Goodreads is full of Karens, and I don't want anything to do with it.
It's like your books are going to have to be there because of Amazon, but at the same time, I don't like. I've just heard horror stories, luckily, so far.
And the other thing with Goodreads is
bad.
they refuse to take down any review ever. And there was a couple of people that were stealing books off of Wattpad, me and about 80 other authors, and the person wasn't even hiding it. They were using the Wattpad covers, they were using the Wattpad blurbs, even the author notes at the bottom of the Wattpad chapters were showing up in their Amazon. And it took Amazon was really good about once you proved ownership of this book, they would pull it down.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem was, we went to Goodreads and we're like, all of these reviews do not belong to this person. They belong to me. They belong to my book. And Goodreads is like, Amazon took the books down because they were all stolen books. And Goodreads was like, we don't care.
Yeah, I don't like that. Storygraph, I moved everything over to Storygraph. I know my books are on Goodreads, but I deal with Storygraph. That's where I keep up with what I'm reading and my goals and everything. I message them and they get back to me like same day, almost, depending on what time it is. And they are awesome. I've never had any problems with them. They're right on top of things. So Storygraph. Awesome.
BookBub isn't as robust, but I've got everything on BookBub too. So,
and evidently the Goodreads Karens have all migrated to Threads.
Oh, really? That explains a lot.
The Goodreads Karens have migrated to Threads.
Be careful of Threads, y'all.
Threads. Everyone gripes about how toxic Twitter X was. Oh, Twitter X ain't got nothing on Threads, darlings. Nothing.
There's a reason why I just schedule my posts and don't even go to social media anymore.
Right, Margaret? I'm like, but you're owned by the same company. and so here's my gripe too with Goodreads. Since we're on this soapbox and I have to leave in just a few minutes, I'm going to get this out. Okay, so they confused me with someone much more intelligent than me by the same name. And she is a well-known orator, a well-known writer in nonfiction, a PhD, like that level, Rachel Adams. I'm like, that's not her book, and this is not my book. Okay, so we need to figure this out. And if they can go through the process and figure all of that out, why is it that they can't do something about Mama Maggie's problem. Like, why? If you can go and untangle our accounts, why is it that you are going, no, we can't do that? Really?
And
really?
And why won't they take down obviously targeted smear campaigns against authors?
Yeah.
Because
they're just being lazy.
Like
that's my opinion.
Somebody has always been a 3, 4, 5-star author, and all of a sudden they get 100, 200 1-star reviews who are all basically like, this person sucks, this book sucks, blah blah blah. And why can't they take those? Why can't they go, something's wrong here?
Yeah. All right. On that note, let's go ahead and say our outro so Rach can get to her live stream on time. Rachel, if you want to drop a link, go for it.
Yeah, let me try that.
If you got it handy.
That might be a good idea.
So, Maggie, while she's doing that, you want to...
I'm Mama Maggie Ward, independent author, stroke survivor. This is Shiley, the clingy barn feral. Yes, she is. And my co-host for All the Words August, which is about rebuilding writing routines so that you can become a better author. And just FYI, I'm thinking about All the Words October. So yeah, it might be an ongoing thing. November and December are busy for us. So then 85K90 comes up January, February, March, and then maybe All the Words April. So yeah, if you're looking for nano alternatives, I guess I'm your girl now.
Yep. I'm here for it.
So Margaret, yeah, can you put your links? Did you ever do a playlist for your Agitation August? Because I've watched a few of those and they're fun. I like them.
Yeah, they are.
They're good. I've been watching them on the replay because the things and the things.
Should I do a playlist?
Shut up, 2025. Nobody wants you here.
Look, my brain is some Swiss cheese, so I
raise your hand if you're just done with the 2020s.
There we go. She's got a playlist for everybody.
There we go. All right.
All of the 2020s.
Yeah. Hey, Heather. Sorry. You jumped in like at an awesome time.
Oh, Heather.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Rach, you want to go?
I am.
Rachel has books, the Dragon Tasker series by her and Don McClellan, an interesting book about a dragon, his counselor, and the organization that wants to end them all.
They're trying to get their freedom back. We are writing about it. We are on
and
book
romance.
5, which is the last in the series. So hopefully by the end of the year, it'll all be there for you.
And romances with characters who are overcoming baggage.
Lots of baggage.
Lots of baggage. Which makes them more endearing. It really does.
Endearing or annoying? We're not sure.
Okay, so you want to slap them and then bake them cookies.
Yeah.
Slap them with a cookie. Dante would probably like that.
Yeah, he would.
And then he'd tell you to slap a little lower because he's a demon. That's his job.
Demon. He's an incubus. So.
Oh my gosh. All right. Y'all, thank you for joining me. If you're watching the replay or you don't know me somehow, I am writer Sam Wicker. You're here on my channel, and I have fantasy books with lots of romance in them. Some romance in like 1 or 2. But in the end of this month, I have a new book. It's a little novella. Look how thin it is. You can read it in
so thin.
But these stories she's doing are fantastic. you will laugh and you will be like, I'm going to kill this character. I loved it.
Awesome. All right. Anyway, thank you. We will be back here next Sunday for another Break in the Block so that writers can help writers. If you have questions, there is a link down below where you can fill out a form or just leave a comment on this video and we will get to it when we get to it. Bye.